Hey, good morning everyone. Welcome to Marathon Mondays with Mal. It's Coach 1372 this morning, the latest from Marathon. 1 week off the production floor, and we've got a lot of excitement on this one. What a beautiful coach, 1372 X3 double slide. Let's go drive it. Let's take it around the building. Let's put the slides out and take a look at this beautiful floor plan. Come on with us. Let's go. We got John with us on the camera. I'm gonna let you go in there and get settled and shut the door behind you, John, so that you don't have to try and do that. Coach 1372, like I mentioned, 1 week off of the production floor. We got Abigail with us this morning. So if you guys have comments or questions, feel free to throw us your thoughts, comments, or kind of where you're watching from. If you're sitting at a beautiful hotel resort in Denver this morning, let us know. I just got back from Pacific Shores, one of the best RV parks on the West Coast. Seatbelt up, mirrors are checked. For those of you who like telescoping, there it is. All right. I got a few things to show you as we go around the building, so let's go check it out. What a beautiful day here in Coburg. The mothership, you guys. 3 locations as we talk about with Marathon. From Florida to Texas, all the way here at our corporate headquarters in Coburg, right smack dab in the middle of the state of Oregon on Interstate 5. Our location in Coburg here is where all the coaches have been built for over 40 years. Coach 1372, we're driving it around. I took this guy for the last week down to support Owners Week at Pacific Shores RV Resort in Newport, Oregon. It's about an hour and a half from here, give or take 10 minutes. And what a great park. I've said this about outdoor resorts in Indio. Pacific Shores RV Resort is exactly what an RV park needs to be. A good community, active members, and really a beautiful setting. And they've got it all there. Active members, definitely a beautiful setting. You can't get any better than the weather we had over in Newport, Oregon. Lots of coaches out here. Oh, here's a coach for you. John, why don't you swivel around and show them that brown coach right there. Hopefully there's not too much glare through the window. Let me know if I need him pulled forward a little bit. Not a great looking coach. It's Jack Cook's coach, you guys. I love the wood paneling on that guy. It's really cool. Speaking of good coaches, I got a couple of things I want to show you before we pop the slides on this and show you the floor plan of 1372. You guys know Coach 1366, that's the American flag coach. Take a look in the wash rack here. Coach 1366, custom paint job right there. The trailer is completed, and we're going to actually drive right by the trailer. There's 1366 getting its wash after being here for service. And that guy is going to be ready to get hooked up to its new trailer. So we're going to drive back around the front of the building where I picked John up, and we're going to look at that trailer. Then we're going to put the emergency brake on and throw these slides out and take a look at this beautiful coach. Yeah, so back to Pacific Shores, you guys. What a great event. And I mean Owners Week, which was filled of events. Just filled with events. From a Marathon-sponsored golf tournament. That's how we kicked off the week over at Agate Beach Golf Course, which is a course that's been there for 100 years. I was telling Steve Irvin this morning, same people have owned it, same family has owned it since 1960, and they're still running it. John, there's a really good shot of the side of 1366 matching trailer. We don't build these trailers here, but if you want to customize a trailer, we've seen some really beautiful trailers, none more than Bernie V's matching trailer on Coach 1291, but look at that. What a beautiful paint job to match. Marathon logo up here. Gosh, that's nice placement. Sarah Fiddler, our assistant manager of our marketing team, worked on not only Coach 1366, the American flag coach, also Sarah worked on the matching trailer not quite a year later. I think it was like 9-10 months later, and boy, got it done this week. Fantastic. But hope everyone had a good week. This is my honor to show you the latest from Marathon, Coach 1372. And we're going to pull over right here and show you. Boom, let's do it. Let's lock it down, go neutral, pop the brake. I'll put this up. And John, I'll let you go down into that wheel well there. And I'm going to, first thing I'm going to do, you guys, is I'm going to stand up and I'm going to look over here. Abigail, if you want to, you're fine right there, Abigail. This is the slide out room right here. So first thing I want to do is I want to make sure there's nothing in the way that's going to stop the travel of the slide out. From pets to a sweatshirt. You want to make sure that there's nothing in the way. These ottomans right here are fine because the room is going out. When the room's coming in, you want to pull those ottomans up. Everything looks like it's good. So I'm going to come right back over here. And I've got the button right here. One of the things about the X3 is the slide outs are much quicker. Go, and I've got my coin window open to allow for the suction relief. It's one of the things we talk about, is because these are really airtight rooms, you want to make sure you've got enough relief to the suction. Okay, and then these little stacking ottomans go right there. What do you think? Very cool? Very nice. Very nice. All right, I like it. Got all the lights off right now, but I could come right here and go galley lights. I could go dinette lights. I could go display cabinet. I could go salon lights. Boop. I could go ceiling accent around the ceiling, and then the style lights. Boop. Oh, here too, I guess, right? Very cool. All right. Let's move to the back, and we'll put that slide out, and then we'll walk through the floor plan. Just got to remember where that slide out is. Now, I'm going to walk around to the other side of the bed and make sure there's nothing that fell in. One of the things you want to watch for is a pillow. And I've got all my pillows present and accounted for. And John, I'm going to sneak right by you here. And I am going to go out on this. That was awkward. I'm actually going to crouch down so you can get the good shot. The bed, as you can see, is articulated up, which creates room when the slide out is in. And right in front of me, the room goes back. One of the things that I had a conversation with several people down at Pacific Shores RV Resort in Newport, Oregon over the last week was the natural light of the Prevost chassis and the Marathon engineered build is just incredible. And I think you really see that in this coach. All right. I'm going to fix these pillows a little bit for you so you can get a good idea of what we got going on here. But this is Coach 1372, you guys. What a great coach. This is the latest from Marathon and the latest that's available. This coach is for sale. What we're going to do is we're going to go closet door here. So one of the nice things that we're doing recently is we moved all the audio visual that used to be achieved in the back of this closet is now actually in a climate controlled scenario underneath the bed. So all of that audio visual, and it does have access to it, which is great because if you need access to the audio visual and all the wiring that goes with that, it's underneath the bed. But one of the nice things is that you've got now a ton of storage for your closet in the rear. So where there used to be nothing but audio visual back here, take a look at that. Tons of drawers, and these are by no means small. Boy, I love it. Other than that, full washer dryer, hanger bar on the dog leg up here, and then you've got an 8-inch long hanger on the other side of the full washer dryer. Of course, stacking Ascos out of Sweden. And as you saw at my 6-foot stature, am I 6 foot or am I 5'11"? I don't know, John. I used to be 6 foot. Hey, Neil Armstrong was 5'11", so I'm in good company there. Okay, so you can always close this off. And one of the things that Marathon has always done so well is these doors. I really like the style of these doors, you guys. And then of course it reveals a frame over here, which can always be customized, but that's a real pretty picture. It's actually a watercolor print that you see throughout. There's several watercolors throughout this coach. Okay, tons of storage above and below the 50-inch TV, good natural light coming through here, and of course, behind the bed. And I got those sconce lights turned on, John, so you can see the beautiful lighting. One of the things you'll notice, you guys, is that Marathon Engineering decided to go away from the pull-down cabinet that was up here that you could see in coaches from 20 and 21, maybe some 22s, but there was a pull-down cabinet here. You get a lot more natural light now that all you have is this header here. Isn't that pretty? And if this bed was all the way down, there'd be even more natural light coming through there. But I like it up when the bed is not in use because you have additional room. Okay, like I mentioned, storage above and below the TV, but also right here before you get to the bed, you've got right in here and all of this in here. Very nice. These are big too, look at that. And you've got 4 of those. Good decking here. John, I'll let you pivot around and show off the water closet. Beautiful tile work in that shower too. And that brass Brizio style fixtures that you see not only on all of the poles, but all of the shower, the sink. It's a really good soft color. It's not gold, you guys. It's really a soft color. John's gonna open that so he doesn't get any glare, but boy, now you can see this beautiful shower work. You've got solid surface and tile coming together in here. And of course, you've got the shower wand and the rain head up there. Lithium battery package in this coach also, you guys. This is the X3 with the lithium iron battery package. All right, I'm gonna close that right there. Another closet right here, John. Another closet here with a long hanger. This is not a shirt closet. Take a look at this. Look at the difference. Shirt closet, you guys. Shirt closet. From the bar to here, approximately 30 inches, okay? Approximately. Just a hair over 2 feet. This one, a significant more than 3 feet from that hanger to this deck right here. So dresses, jackets, they'll fit maybe a little bit more accommodating in here. And of course, 2 really large drawers down here, full length, check me mirror. Very cool. It's an okay hair day. Yeah, buddy. Let's take a look at the half bath. Isn't that nice? Half bath. Every Marathon you're going to see, unless it's a custom coach and the customers decide not to go with a bath and a half, you're going to get a bath and a half in a Marathon from now on. It's just what the customers want. It's what the floor plans need, and it doesn't really take up anything else. So it's really nice to have a bath and a half in a coach, because when you have guests in the coach or additional family, they can use this water closet and not have to use the master bedroom suites water closet. Fisher Paykel refrigerator freezer here behind this beautiful cabinet. That's one of the things I really haven't talked about yet, is I love the color of this laminate. Love this. Very, very cool. And of course you get that two-tone effect because the walls are that lighter color and the cabinetry, or the uppers and lowers, are in this, I don't know if that's kind of a brownish, but you've got two-tone, which is really a good way to break up the monotony of just one solid color on your cabinet. And you really get to see that. If John backs up just a hair, You can see that on the walls here that flows right into the countertops and the lowers.
Look who it is. It's Jim.
Is that Cogley?
It is.
Very cool. Jim Cogley pulling in.
Backing up.
Pulling in Coach 440. We're going to say hi to him. Let's say hi to him live. Hey, brother.
How we doing?
Good. We're live on Marathon Mondays.
Wow.
Yeah. Are you just?
Everybody,
We were just talking about Pacific Shores.
what a weekend.
What a weekend. Great representation.
Great stuff.
Awesome. You look good in this, Coach.
Well, you know, it fits my vintage.
It fits your vintage. It fits my vintage, too. See you, Jim. Well, there's Jim Cogley just coming back from Pacific Shores himself. That's Coach 440, a 1998 XL double slide. Very cool, Coach. That one's for sale also. Coach 440 took it down to Pacific Shores to show a couple of people down there. But here we are back in the salon area. John's actually standing in the dinette galley area. Very comfortable. Some people have asked me, actually multiple people have asked me, Abigail, how they feel about just having two slides in a coach. One of the things that always surprises me about spending time, and I spent all week in this coach, you guys, showing it to many, many people at Pacific Shores, how much room is achieved with just two slides. This is such a great floor plan, and it comes down to a couple of different things. It comes down to the Prevost chassis. We all know about that. It's the best chassis to build. It's the best chassis ever created to build an RV on, because it really wasn't created for an RV. It is a commercial bus that Marathon and a couple of other companies convert into luxury homes. And here we are in only two slides, and I say only because some people say, well, don't you need 3 or 4? In this floor plan, it's engineered properly, not just correct, properly. Probably means the same thing, but the bottom line is there's a lot of room in a double slide X3. And that's what we're sitting in right here. Fireplace, recliner right here with an occasional table. The seat that Abigail is sitting in right there, that's part of the cockpit in the X3. But it pivots around, it swivels completely around to become part of your living quarters when you are parked at an RV park, or even just for the night. That's another thing that I talk to people about when down at Pacific Shores. I talk to people about the engineered floor plan. These floor plans are engineered so that you don't have to have the slides out. When you're traveling and you want to stop, whether it be to have lunch, to take a break, or even at night, some people don't even put their slide outs out because it's engineered properly and it creates a really nice pathway. So you don't even need to put the slide outs completely out, like as you see right here. Really nice floor plan. Love this ceiling also. This is one of our newer ceilings, as you guys have seen in many of our videos. And the countertops, I love the solid surfaces that Santara picked on this coach. Santara Perkins, one of our designers who works up in our design team, she is very, very talented and does an excellent job, not just at picking interior decor and interior design of these coaches, but communicating and working well with customers. In fact, I'll show you right here. This is a box, you guys. This is a box of all kinds of textiles that are going to be in Coach 1387. Look at all this. And I was showing a customer all these. This is stuff that Santara has picked out, and she communicates with those customers to make sure that they're getting what they want in their custom coach. Very cool. All right. Other than that, fireplace, 4 TVs in this coach. You got 3 upstairs, 150-inch downstairs in the entertainment bay, but you got TV, 1 in the bedroom, and of course the one downstairs. Jackknifing sofa. What else can I tell you about this coach? It's very stylishly done, and this has, someone mentioned this down in Pacific Shores, timeless colors. Timeless colors. Any thoughts or questions, Abigail, before we boogie out for the week?
Yeah, we sure do. I'm just going to go off of the ones that are most recent.
Totally.
A viewer has asked, are the coach numbers referenced numerical as total number of coaches built over marathon's inception over how many years?
Yeah, okay, so for over 40 years, I believe we're coming up on 42 years. 42 years of making these beautiful marathon coaches on the Prevost chassis. Historically, and we've talked briefly, I'll say, over the several years of doing Marathon Mondays about the history of marathon. It's probably something we comprehensively need to do as a company, is put it down on film. But the bottom line is, all of these numbers, and I hope you caught that question from Abigail, and thanks to whoever sent it in. Scott Calvin, thank you for the question. Scott's basically referring to the numbers. This is Coach 1372, and he's absolutely correct. That's the 1372nd coach that we've produced as a company. Now, that's not necessarily true, because there's a couple that we didn't do. There were a couple of numbers for reasons that we skipped, like 1313. We didn't do lucky old 13, but we've seen 1314, which technically could have been 1313, but we stayed away from lucky 1313. Do you know the address of Disneyland?
I've heard this.
She has, probably because being around me.
Yeah, I've heard many of your facts.
I know. I'm full of all good cheap jokes. Bottom line, I'm working on new ones. Bottom line is this: 1313 Harbor Boulevard is Disneyland's address. And Walt Disney was asked when he built Disneyland, because it was nothing but a bunch of orange bushes at the time. They said, "What do you want your address to be?" Well, he picked the 13th letter of the alphabet twice, because that's the M, and so MM for Mickey Mouse, 1313 Harbor Boulevard. That's a bunch of stuff you didn't need to know, but now that you know it, enjoy that fact. Okay, what else you got?
Well, the next thing is actually more of a statement or a comment.
Sure.
But it is great. It's by our friend Ron DeMar.
RD, sure.
Yeah. When Jim came over and we opened the door to say hi to him, he said, good demonstration of the soundproof when Mal opened the door to talk to Jim. And when Mal closed the door, you don't hear the motor on the coach that Jim was driving. So
yeah, Ron, thanks for pointing that out. He's 100% right. And I'm so glad he pointed that out. When you're in these coaches, and you don't get this feeling in the video. You don't get that sense of, boy, that heat. I'm going to turn that guy off. You get that sense of the soundproof. That's what comes in. If you drive this, you're ruined, because there's nothing that drives like the Prevost chassis or a marathon build on the Prevost chassis. It is designed and engineered in a fashion so that it's the safest, quietest, most comfortable ride on the road. And yeah, it's 45 feet and it's heavy, but it's still the quietest, safest, most comfortable ride on the road. And for those of you who have been lucky enough to take a test drive in a marathon coach or own a marathon coach, you know of what I speak. These things are absolutely amazing. I drove, I haven't driven quite a while. I think some of you guys know that I haven't driven quite a while, but I got to take this beautiful new coach over to Newport, Oregon, which is only an hour and a half away and an hour and a half back. But oh man, the drivability of these marathons is really something.
Indeed. In fact, someone was asking yet again, when is Abigail and Dave going to do a test drive?
Yeah, we need to do some more test drives.
They're waiting.
And congratulations to Dave Bash. He's on vacation this week, you guys.
Woo!
So,
go Dave Bash.
Dave is actually off visiting family, and so we wish him well on his vacation. No one has earned a vacation harder than Dave Bash, that's for sure. So if there's nothing else,
there is else.
Yeah, there is else. Okay, what else you got for me?
Yeah. I'll go back. I can't see the individual comment, but I know someone did ask on a spec coach.
Yeah.
How customizable can it get? Can you change the engine? Can you change the horsepower?
Okay, great question to address. So Someone is referring to a custom coach or a spec coach. I'm going to break it down for you right now very simply. The Prevost chassis is built for the commercial bus industry, not for the RV industry. The small amount of coaches that are created into this beautiful luxury home by Marathon or other converters doesn't really make up the amount of business that Prevost sells these coaches to. You got the entertainment companies that support the music entertainers and Hollywood guys, all that. You have the Greyhounds, you've got the tour bus industry. So the small amount of coaches that actually get converted into a beautiful home like this Marathon, we are at the, for the lack of a better term, we are at the mercy of what Prevost builds. Volvo Truck owns Prevost up in Quebec, Canada. They put their own power plant in it, so it has a Volvo in it. It's torquey, it's got enough horsepower. If you want to drive 85 miles an hour in a very expensive, beautiful coach, that's not my business, and that's not what I would encourage you to do. There's no reason. I used to say this about my 55 Chevy Bel Air. I like to drive slow so everybody can count the spokes. And that's the truth. There's no reason to go extremely fast in a beautiful Marathon. If you choose to do so, you can. Enough power and enough torque to tow, to get up the hills. That's what you're going to get in a Prevost chassis. The benefits of being in a Prevost chassis is the safety, the quietness, the comfort. That alone is the reason to go with a Prevost chassis and then jump into a Marathon.
Great answer.
Now, I want to address Marathon's internal way, and this is going to be extremely brief. I'm going to keep this 20 seconds or less, which is impossible for me to do.
I'm going to count.
Here we go. Bottom line is this. You've got designer choices like this. This is what we call a designer choice. This was done in-house by Marathon's team for sale. It's a custom coach that was customized by Marathon's experienced design team and engineering. Then you have what's called an express coach, which the people that buy an express, they don't have to wait for a full custom, which right now, I'll tell you, we're significantly out on a full custom coach. But with an express, which we used to call hybrid, but we've moved to the term express. An express order, which you can email me about and get on my production schedule, which is fun. The express order is for those of you who want an influence and basically to speak to the colors that I like. I like the sofa in 1372. I like the floors in 1375. I saw in Coach 1241 what you did with the fixtures, things like that. You have influence in it. And also you get to customize color and style and everything on your exterior paint with either Sarah Fiddler or Pete Sutton. So that would be an express. And then you've got a full custom, which is significantly further out. Some people don't want to wait for a full custom. But also with the express, you get to pick all of the floor plans. And Marathon's got a ton of floor plans. And we got modulars that come in, you know, oh, I'd rather have a larger occasional table and I want the fireplace not behind the driver, but over here in the H3. Anyway, that's my long version of what I was trying to explain about full custom, express order, and a designer choice. Okay?
Great information. Unfortunately, it was longer than 20 seconds, but I won't hold you to it.
Thank you.
The very last thing, I had two different people bring up the TV above me, and they would like to know how big it is and if it is indeed the flip-down TV that they're used to seeing.
Yeah, it's a flip-down TV. The coach is actually turned on right now, so with the coach on, you can't get that TV down for safety reasons. But if I go over here and I turn this coach off, now that the coach is off, I know that I can't put it into drive. So it's engineered from a safety standpoint. Then if I hit TV down right here, what's going to happen is you're going to get a Samsung Smart 4K TV right above the cockpit. One of the 4 TVs, all smart 4K Samsungs in the coach. Okay? There it is.
Beautiful.
Okay? I'm going to put it back up because we got to drive this coach. But that's a big, heavy mechanism. One of the things that we've seen on Marathon Mondays is actually this mechanism being built on our production floor. When you need it, it's there. When you don't, it goes back in the ceiling. Can you dig it? I knew that you could. Anything else?
That's a wrap. I mean, besides the fact that people love the look at this coach.
This is
gorgeous.
a really beautiful coach. John, what do you think? You like this one?
Oh yeah, I love it.
I like the green. I love green.
You love green?
Love
yeah,
green.
That's really nice. It's one of the things, you know, here you got 3 Marathon employees sitting in this coach, and the thing is we get to see these things day in and day out. But and I've said this before on Marathon Mondays, I still get excited to see the latest from Marathon. I still am blown away by the fit and finish. Now keep in mind, I've been around this coach all week. I took this down Tuesday, so it's been 6 days ago I took this coach down to Pacific Shores, and I've shown it to many, many people over the last 6 days. And there were things that were catching me every single day about the fit and finish, the style, how it's engineered. There's so many different things about the way we build a coach that I just love. And one of the things that caught me on my final day over there was all the natural light that you get. Now, we used to put curio cabinets, as you guys know, in these corner of these slide outs. Well, eliminating that and going with curios that are up here that you probably can't see on camera, but you got curios above the dinette over here on the driver's side, and on the patio side or curb side, you've got a curio cabinet over there on the uppers of that cabinetry. I just love the fact that we eliminated them from, over the last couple of years, we eliminated them from these slide out windows, and now you achieve so much more natural light in here. So cool.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. For the lack of a better term, be yourself and do good things.
Do you want to show the bays or the outside paint?
Yeah, let's show the outside. People want to see the outside. The bays are an empty palette
Great thought.
for you to taste the fettuccine.
What?
You like that?
I don't know.
I just came up with that one.
Okay.
I'm not sure what it means, but I came up with it. Yeah, John, good call. I got to give mad love to John for saying we got to show the exterior, because look at that thing shine. Now keep in mind, it hasn't been washed for a week, and then it drove an hour and a half from the Oregon coast, which was beautiful weather. But look at that shine. It's a classy paint. I'm gonna tell you what, inside and outside, classy. Beautiful coach. Good shot right in the sun. Very, very nice. Get to see the slide outs here on the driver's side. Coach 1372, you guys. Got to get this guy into the wash rack. Not a lot of bugs, but he came out looking good. Listen, here's the deal. I get to go to the next marathon rally. I'm excited about that. Going to Seattle, the Emerald City Rally is coming up in mid-September. I get to be there. I've been chosen by our management to go up and represent Marathon at that rally. I'm excited about that, and you should be too, because I'm going to be able to bring you video from another rally. I got to do Nashville earlier this year. Now I get to do the Emerald City Seattle rally. That'll be really fun, coming up in mid-September. Other than that, you guys, this is Coach 1372. Be yourself and do good things. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks to John for following me around with this, and a big thanks to Abigail for going through all the comments and questions and throwing them our way. I see my man Shelly Ward and Sandy down there pulling out in their coach all the way at the other end. Very cool. All right, you guys, have a good week. See you next Monday.